So first of all, I would like to ask you how you've been doing since yesterday, of course.
Well, we are fortunate, so we are doing okay. We had like two major earthquake in 9 hours, and lots of aftershocks. So it was like being on constant alert is like it was exhausted to be honest. But we are doing okay compared to most of us. So yeah, but thanks for asking.
And you've been in the middle of it all, right? You were literally affected by the earthquake.
The first one was in the morning, 4 a.m. approximately. So it was 7.8, and the second one above like afternoon PM, like around 1 p.m. something. So yeah, I was in sleep in both of these major earthquakes. So yeah, affected by them, but I was not injured in any way, and also my family.
And what did you experience during the earthquakes?
Yeah, well, to be honest, this is the first time that I experienced this much, the strongest earthquake that I've been experienced so far. So as I said, it was like devastated. I was devastated. I'm still in shock. So even there's no like aftershocks, I feel like I'm like still shaking, not because of like literally, but because of the psychology that I'm in.
And I know that you had to travel to a safer place. Was it because that you lost your house, or just because for any after effects or anything like that?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I want to like then also be a more safer place, because I live in like the last floor of the apartment that I'm living in. So it like even aftershocks is like shaking too much. So since I'm on the top floor, so that's why I come to nearby a government-owned property. So this is like 2 floor big building. So that's the reason.
Any building around you that collapsed?
Yeah, well, not too far. There are buildings area that we call office and bağlar, that lots of buildings collapsed. One in Talaytepe, it's 2 year old building that's collapsed also. So there's lots of people under the rock right now. Yeah, we don't know how many people still are under rubble. So that's also affecting our psychology as well.
Any family or friends that you don't know where they are?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. Like I have the 2 sisters and lots of relatives, so I don't know whether they are affected or not. So I don't know. I don't have the knowledge right now. But yeah.
And what's the feeling right now, considering what you went through?
Well, exhausted and devastated right now. So, and I don't like lots of people fleeing the city right now. So going more safer places. But I see as myself as a capable human being who can help the others. So that's the reason why I don't want to leave the city. And yeah, and still in shock, to be honest.
What's the future now?
Well, lots of people that like the official numbers are around 4K. The predicted numbers in the early hours in earthquakes was like 12K. So I know there are lots of collapsed buildings and lots of people on the robbers. So I don't believe the official numbers. So that's why I think there will be lots of casualties, that people, and that will be something that will stay with us for so long, because this is the actual like first field earthquake, major one in the city Diyarbakır, and that's why lots of people like in bad psychology right now and trying to leave the city and go to like nearby villages to feel safe. And this same goes for us as well.
And where are you right now? You don't mind me asking?
I'm not too far from my home, and I'm in a government owned property, more safe place right now. It's kind of gathering place.
And when do you see yourself maybe going back home?
Yeah, well, it's non-deterministic, the earthquakes and the aftershocks. So I've gone back to home and stayed. So to see whether aftershocks like affecting the building too much, and it was yes. So that's the reason. After like 2 or 3 hours, we came back where we are right now. So I don't know where we are going to get back in again, but maybe seeing aftershocks gone easy, and then we'll go back maybe.
And what's the feeling of people around you?
Well, it's constant alert, and they're still like feeling shaky. They're like on constant alert. So they say even something shakes, like they say this is earthquake. So they're like all their feelings are open and constantly listening everything around themselves to see whether this is something serious or not. So it's bad.
The moment that the earthquake hit, did you just literally went out, or did you manage to get some necessities, anything?
Yeah, well, I didn't go rush and go out, things like that. So I'm a bit experienced in terms of like in bad situation. I could manage things like that. So I managed to get things that's necessary for us to go for 1 day or 2 day in a case, worst case scenario. So, and the second one, I was again sleepy because we were like exhausted, and we went back in. We said, well, that's the first earthquake, and it will be over. But when we go back and we trying to rest, but that was the same. So that's the time that we decided to go and come over here.
So during the second major earthquake, you went back in?
Yeah, before the second major earthquake, we went back in because we were stupid enough to say like it will be okay because a lack of experience, I guess. As I said, this is the first time me and my friends and families experienced this. So we went back in and we said, well, okay, get some rest. And after like 2-3 hours, it was around 1:30 p.m. or something, second major attack came in. So that's the time that when we decided to come over here.